Welcome to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast, hosted by Craig Phillips and Jeff Torrey. Visit us at fantasyfootballprophet.com. And now your hosts, Craig and Jeff.
Welcome everyone to the Fantasy Football Prophet podcast. I'm Craig Phillips, joined as always by Jeff Torrey. And today we're going to do our first rankings episode, weekly rankings episode of the season, week one ranks. We're going to do this one a little different than we will the rest of the season. We're just going to go through some of our things that might change based, from our draft ranks, which it's hard to know right now what to think about teams and matchups. It's really, we don't have a lot of information yet. So they're not going to maybe change a lot off of our draft ranks, but they will a little bit. So we'll go over that. As we go into the season, I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to post our ranks a day early most likely on our Instagram page. We'll probably a link on Twitter so you can check out our ranks and comment on them before we actually do the episode. So that'll be a way to interact with us tell us why we're stupid. Why did we rank these so wrong, right, Jeff? Don't you love those?
It was my favorite.
Week one's hard. It's a hard week to rank.
You don't know what defense is actually going to be good.
So we'll go through that in just a minute. But before we do that, make sure you guys go check us out on Twitter at the FF Prophet, or like we said, Instagram. We are Fantasy Football Prophet on there. We have a lot of different content there. You can see ranks, waivers, all that good stuff there. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/fantasyfootballprophet. And you can also become a patron of us. Now that the season started, it's probably a good time if you want to get involved with that. It's patreon.com/fantasyfootballprophet. You can get game day alerts from us. You can get just a special text message number. You can directly text me and Jeff. We'll answer your questions. It's the best way to get a hold of us. You can ask us questions other places. The problem is we don't always get back. We try to as much as we can. But if you're a patron of us, we will definitely get back to you, as quickly as possible within an hour or so. Probably most of the time, we'll get text message right to us, help you answer your questions, especially if it's game day. You need to start sit question quick. We'll be able to get back to you. So go check us out on Patreon. Time to go quarterback ranks. We'll start quarterbacks to start us off here, Jeff. I'll list my top 5 to start us off, and you tell me what I did wrong.
All right.
So I did make some changes. Quarterback is maybe the one spot where I did make a little more changes. Number 1, Aaron Rodgers. No surprise. Tom Brady, Cam Newton, Drew Brees, Matthew Stafford. Number 5.
I don't think you made any missteps because I have that same exact top 4, but I have Deshaun Watson at number 5. You know my love affair with him.
Yes, exactly. I did drop Deshaun to 8, which isn't really dropping for me. I need to see it first. I'd say at New England's a risky place for a guy to start off the year, but New England first game of the year, they haven't been great.
Yeah, they might not really be that stout of a defense.
He did very well against New England last year. Mm-hmm. So again, I got to see it from Watson a little bit more before I move him up. So that's why he's not in my. He's 8th for me. He's behind. I'll say 6 and 7 are Kirk Cousins and Russell Wilson. Or 6 and 7. Russell Wilson did drop. He's on the road at Denver. I guess I'm going to buy into the Denver defense thing this year and just think that last year was the team sucked, the offense sucked, the defense gave up. I think the defense is good. They have all the talent there is there. They're very good. I feel like it's going to be back. Because of that, Russell Wilson's going to drop for me. Still don't know who he's going to throw the ball to exactly, how everything's going to play out. So I'm going to, even though I like Russell for the season, this isn't the matchup for me. I mean, you're going to play him if you have him, but I'm not going to put him near the top.
Yeah, and I mean, I dropped him too. I have him at number 9. Yep. And Denver, yes, you're at Denver. Everything kind of points against Wilson. But at the same time, my big one is I don't know who the heck he's throwing to. I'm echoing what you said. That's true. I mean, Baldwin was hurt. After that, who knows? So, yeah, I just think you have to see it 1 week before I get too up in arms about it. And, like Matthew Stafford, Kirk Cousins, they do have relatively nice schedules as far as we know right now. I mean, I don't think New York Jets are come out of, nowhere and all of a sudden be a really great team. So I think some other people have better matchups, and Russell Wilson has one of the worst ones.
Yeah, he just does. It could all turn around. He
did only drop to number 9 for me. Like, he's still a starter.
Yep. So yeah, Wilson, what is he going to? I mean, Nick Vanette's there, so we'll see if that turns into anything.
Yeah. We're and maybe I'm throwing you off, but where do you have Roethlisberger? Because I know his ranking was lower than what I thought it was going to be.
I put him 10th.
Okay, I have him 8th.
Yeah, I get it.
He's out of the top 10 for most people.
Let's see here. I don't know why. I have him 10th. I had him let's see here. As I say, my top 8 was, Rodgers, Brady, Newton, Breeze, Stafford, Cousins, Wilson, Watson, Andrew Luck, number 9. I'm just buying into the whole Luck thing, I think. And so I put Luck at 9 and then Roethlisberger 10.
Okay. I have Luck 11. I'm still kind of waiting to see a little bit. But Roethlisberger is one of the guys, I like everyone above him, but Roethlisberger is one of them that every time I look at him, especially week 1, I know he's on the road. He doesn't usually do well. But he's got Antonio Brown. He's got Juju Smith-Schuster. He'll have James Washington. He'll maybe have a Le'Veon Bell.
Yep.
But we don't really know. So how much is that going to affect how many carries, So is it going to be all on Roethlisberger? He's just going to sling the ball? I mean, it could be a game where he throws for 4 touchdowns because that's the game plan. And every time I think of it that way, and who knows, maybe Cleveland with that new offense everyone will be hyped and it'll just be back and forth, back and forth. I don't see a grind them out game. So I keep in my mind, Roethlisberger should be in that top 10. That should be a starter in that conversation at least.
Yeah, I think so too. And I've seen Rivers ahead of him. Looks like Rivers is ahead of him in the overall ranks right now for the week for the experts. The Kansas City thing, I'm not sure what they are, how good they're going to be. So it's a little more risky to me. He's still a solid play. But what about like 2 guys that moved up in my ranks from their preseason rank, Jared Goff, Andy Dalton. I like their matchups, even though they're on the road.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. They actually ended up 12 and 13 for me, respectively.
I have 12 and 13 for Goff and Dalton. That's exactly where I put them.
Yeah, would you have Dalton above?
I have Goff above.
Okay, I have Dalton above. See, you actually kind of talked me into, by the way.
Yeah,
because, we were talking about the other day, and Dalton against Indianapolis, who knows, maybe they're a little bit better. I don't think they will be.
I don't think they will be. I think it's going to be shootouts.
Yeah, and I think in my head, I don't know why, but for some reason I have this picture of John Ross catching a long touchdown and just bumping him up.
I like that.
But I think he is a solid streaming play this week.
I say Dalton, I think, is good against bad teams. I think he's good enough to be good against bad teams, but he's not good enough to be good against good teams. Yeah. He's just that kind of quarterback.
And what I want to know is, where do you have Tyrod? My little love affair. I have to know.
I put him 19 for this week.
Really? That low?
I don't know. I don't know what Cleveland is yet. I need to see them in action. And
I get that.
That's pretty much it. And I just need to see them once. In Pittsburgh defense, you never know what they're going to be year to year. No, I don't think they're as good this year.
Yeah, I don't know why. I just see a shootout, and they have so many good wide receivers now that I don't know. But I'm 14th. It's not like I'm going crazy with it. But I think that game could be really fun to watch.
What about Jimmy Garoppolo? I'm just curious. Where is he? I don't think he's
against
startable.
Minnesota.
I don't think he's startable this week.
I have him all the way down at 21.
Okay,
I have a lot of. I mean, maybe that's too low for him.
I have him 18, but that's not startable.
Yeah,
so.
Minnesota is a rough one. Like, there's very few teams where I actually do believe in their defense. Denver is one of them. Minnesota and the Jaguars. Yep. I don't. Maybe they won't be. The epitome of what defense is going to be by the end of it. But I think all of them are going to be very solid.
And then I'll say Sam Bradford made my top 20. I think he's going to be very solid.
Did he really?
I might be out on a limb compared to other people on Sam Bradford. I think he's better than I don't know how great Washington is. So Sam Bradford's 20 for me. I think he's going to be solid. I think he's going to be very solid. I'm kind of curious. I think Larry Fitzgerald's going to do really well with Sam Bradford, quarterback.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that point. Yes,
and that's pretty much it for quarterbacks for me. There's a lot of good options, really.
So. Where do you have Sam Darnold? Maybe you didn't even care to look really, that you just threw him down there, but I want to know where you think the youngest quarterback.
This is the one where I just know. I put him 29th, but as a Lions fan, I just know Sam Darnold's going to have like the greatest rookie quarterback debut in history, right? That's what's going to happen. I know, but I put him 29th. I can't get behind it. Everything points to this not being good. It does, right? It just does.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing is the Lions fan in me makes me think it's going to turn out really well for Sam, for him this week.
Right.
That's where I don't know. Don't know what to think. I'm not going to. It should not be good. There's nothing that says it should be. A rookie quarterback in his first game, youngest quarterback basically ever to start. It shouldn't happen. It shouldn't be good. So, yeah, not buying it. That's it for my quarterbacks, unless you got anything else.
No.
Running back wise. All right. So, I guess the big question here, running back wise, is Le'Veon Bell. I expect him to play. I expect him to show up. We're recording this, Tuesday night? Labor Day's throwing me off. It's Tuesday night, right?
Yep.
Tuesday night. So, I fully expect him to be at practice tomorrow. I think that's where he's going to show up. I think he's going to show up and he'll be there. I don't think that's going to necessarily matter though. I'm still going to rank him lower. Last year, he didn't get a full workload when he came back last year for week 1. It didn't happen. So because of that, I don't know if it'll happen this year. And I think I think they have James Conner now, who's been in the team for a year. Maybe they feel a little more confident in him. Because let's say last year, game 1, 10 carries. Against Cleveland, 10 carries, 3 receptions. That's it. 13 touches. It's not very well.
What do you do with those, though?
10 carries for 32 yards rushing, 3 catches for 15 yards. So he had 13 touches. He had 47 yards. That's it. Week 1 last year.
Yep.
And so I put him number 9.
No. That's funny. I actually have him at number 9, too.
Okay.
The question was, too, because he could have easily dropped even further for me.
Yeah.
But I have Saquon right underneath him, but he's going against Jacksonville, and that's why. Yep. So I wasn't ready to, because Le'Veon could easily score a touchdown.
Yep.
Prop up his night. And then you hit LaShawn McCoy, Delvin Cook, at least for me, and Joe Mixon. And I was like, really, if I wanted to, I could throw him under all of those guys.
It's still Le'Veon Bell, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I would feel too foolish if he did well.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I'm not gonna put him too low. But 9, that's pretty low for a guy who we think's top 2 running back this year. So other than that, I say Gurley's my number 1, Zeke's my number 2, David Johnson's my number 3. I just kept with what I thought early on in the year, and then I went Kamara 4. And rounded out my top 5 with Leonard Fournette. We're going against the Giants. Don't really think their defense is that great. And so that's why I went with those. Melvin Gordon, 6.
Yeah. the only one is I put Alvin Kamara at 3. Just because really, I ranked him number 5 overall for the year. But right now with Ingram serving his suspension, I think he'll be a focal point. So technically he's above Ezekiel Elliott because he's going, against Carolina. And I really don't think that any team is going to game plan for any sort of passing attack. So I think it's going to be not a hard day for Ezekiel Elliott, but more of a grind him out. So I think Alvin Kamara inches him out. But if not that anyone cares because who has both of them?
Right. What about, Joe Mixon, who I think has a good matchup?
He does, but I still he's kind of at the end of all the starters for me. I have him at number 13. He does go against San Fran, or I'm sorry, 14. He goes against Indianapolis, but I still have Cook, McCoy, Howard, Barkley, all above him.
Yeah, Mixon at 14 as well.
There we go. Yeah, 14. Who do you have right underneath him? Where do you have Alex Collins? That's what I'm asking. I have Alex Collins at 15.
21.
Okay, well, you're sticking to it, though. I appreciate that.
I can't bind Alex Collins.
You can't. I was going to say.
Come on. Okay, one guy who I feel like I am higher on than the market is LaShawn McCoy. And I put him number 11. And he is currently 16th in consensus. And where do you put him?
12.
Okay, so you're okay. Good. You're with. I think part of me. The thing is, we don't know what Nathan Peterman is. We just see 5 interceptions.
He's gonna be bad.
Maybe. Okay, I think he's better than that 5 interception game. I really, truly do.
Is that difficult?
That was a fluky game. That was very fluky.
Yeah, a game that you pretty much get taken out. Like
I think it's gonna surprise people.
Oh man, But yeah, I don't
know why I said that.
It's Baltimore as well. I think that
I don't know what they are.
They never blow anyone out. It'll be a grind them out game. I think both will run the ball quite a bit. So I think McCoy will get his work, even though they're going to load the box. It's LaShawn McCoy. He'll be fine in this game.
So Christian McCaffrey is 8th in the consensus ranks. 8th in standard consensus ranks. That's, to me, very high.
It is, but I actually have him at 8 as well.
13th. I got to see it.
I have him above Bell.
And I
have him above Barkley because he's going against Jacksonville.
I need to see it from him.
I don't know. I think my vision of that is a little warped because I'm not really looking at Dallas as anything special this year. And also I really don't know how they're going to use their backup CJ Anderson. So if they come out and all of a sudden C.J. Anderson gets a lot more work than I think, I made a mistake here. But right now, the way that I see it, McCaffrey earned that 8 because of the matchup. But that one could be one of them that I'm wrong on because they're going to give CJ Anderson so much work.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We don't know. We have no idea how that's going to play out. So that's what I just got to wait and see.
Yeah,
I'm
making a guess, but
this is another guy I want to throw out, Jay Ajayi, just because he's finally back practicing this week. I have been higher on him than everybody. Where'd you put him?
I have him at 22.
Okay, and I have him 16. So
okay,
I'm just staying with it.
That's about right.
I think they just held him out for a bit. He's back. He's fully practiced. Feel good about it. And play Thursday night. Can't wait to see what he does and hopefully proves me right. I want to see 20 carries. Please, Jay.
Right. The interesting ones, at least to me, I have two here that I want to hear your thoughts about. The first one is going to be Peyton Barber, who I know you have a little bit of love for.
I put him 25th. It's Ronald Jones is currently listed as third back,
which is hilarious.
Man,
I don't want to say. I mean, you don't know it's preseason,
but see, that's part of the reason why I hate people going so nuts about these rookie running backs every year. Like, do you really want to spend a third round draft pick on the next Bishop Sankey? Do you?
Right.
I'm just gonna keep bringing that name up because he was so bad, and that's what you're getting sometimes. One of these guys is going to turn out to be that. So I get really annoyed when I see this every year. Every rookie gets all so built up, and then at the end of the time with Barkley, which I don't even consider, he's a different thing.
Yeah,
it ends up being just Royce Freeman,
like Leonard Fournette, right?
Yeah,
you knew.
You get every year there's the one maybe, but these other ones just get too overhyped. Which brings me to Royce Freeman.
Yeah, where do you have Royce going?
I actually have Royce at 20. Just because I think he's gonna. I believe he's gonna get a shot, and I don't think Seattle's defense is anything to worry about anymore.
I mean, I have him at 21.
Okay. I couldn't put him there because Alex Collins is 21. Alex Collins can't pass him.
Where do you have Carlos Hyde?
23.
Okay, I have him at 19. I feel like for the first game, he's going to get all the opportunity, and then after that, it could start sliding for him.
Yep.
The other one, I know we're jumping around like crazy, but the other one I want to know about is Adrian Peterson.
I was just going to bring that in. This is
out of
one
nowhere.
I think I'm higher. I have him 26th. The market puts him at 30.
I have him 28.
I think, at least early on, I feel there is this in my mind. I feel like there's the potential that Adrian Peterson could be Adrian not that Adrian Peterson, but something. This is one of the greatest running backs ever.
Right.
And last year, he was the year before didn't play. Was that the year before he didn't play? Then he came back and he wasn't in a good situation to start in New Orleans. He got traded, partway through the season to a new team who just wanted to run him into the ground, and people knew that. They couldn't do anything else. Do we know for sure he's not he's obviously he's not the same player, but how good he was, he could fall off a little bit and still be very good.
I know. I don't. I kind of have that feeling too, and I'm not. He's not going to be a top 10 guy.
No.
But I have this weird feeling that he's going to have a few big games, and by the end of the year, he's going to be in the top 20, and it's weird to feel that you're going to be like Adrian Peterson, and am I overhyping him?
Yeah, right.
Never in the world would I ever thought that I would have that thought.
Yeah,
try to follow that logic. Never in the world did I thought that I thought.
Yeah, I don't think he's done. I think there's something still left, but I'm going to put him 26. It's not like I still think there's something way up there, but I think he's usable.
Yeah, he's a flex guy right now.
I'm not worried about Rob Kelly.
And he did get put into the best situation because he's pretty much walking into the starting role. Doesn't have to, do anything preseason really. He's fresh. It really is. You couldn't ask for a better situation for Adrian Peterson.
All right, Alfred Morris, Matt Breida. What did you do?
Oh man, the question. Alfred Morris.
Are they ranked one after another? Did you chicken out and just put them one after
No,
another?
I didn't. I do have Alfred Morris. And the worst part about this is they would be higher, but they're going against Minnesota. Once again, a team that I actually believe is going to have a good defense. I have Alfred Morris at 34 and I have Breida at 40. They're not that far away from one another, but I also think that in game one, it might be more of a situation where they try both of them out.
I don't know what it's going to be. I put Morris 33, Breida 34. And I don't know. But Minnesota, if this wasn't playing at Minnesota, I might have them up higher.
Exactly. I definitely would.
That's something about it. I don't know how it's going to work out. I think Shanahan is a good enough coach to make it work.
Yeah.
And the Morris thing is interesting to me because he's never been a pass catcher. But Carlos Hyde wasn't either before last year, and he caught 50-some balls. There's a potential that...
Yeah, I mean, I know. Okay, I have a difficulty with that one because Hyde, even though he gets a little bit of shit on, I think Hyde was a phenomenal back coming out of college. I think he could really do it all. And, you know, I don't think that Alfred Morris is really that type of back. But I do think that throws a wrench in it because as soon as Alfred Morris comes on the field and you can't throw it to him, if that turns out to be the issue, it cuts your playbook in half, right? And the same thing with Breida. So I do worry about that. But to your point, I think that they're going to do whatever they need to in order to keep everyone on their toes. So maybe Morris will surprise.
Yeah, it's just one of those again. The week one, we don't know anything yet. We know nothing. We know so little right now. We got to wait and see. Any other situations that interest you? Or once I get down here, I'm not terribly interested in a lot of these because it's a guessing game right now. So it just is. It's a guessing game. I need more information. I'll say that.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
In a couple of weeks, I feel like I'll be a genius. But
yeah, I mean, you don't know what's what at the moment.
I know it. So I'm going to move over to wide receivers and
talk about a guessing game.
It is. I'll name off my top 5: Antonio Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, Michael Thomas,
all right,
Julio Jones, AJ Green. So actually my number 5.
I mean, I kind of stuck true to mine. I mean, Antonio Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, I'm not going to go against that.
No.
Then I have AJ Green.
Okay. So,
yeah, I mean, he's up there
I think
anyway.
it's a really good matchup.
I have Devontae Adams at 4.
Okay.
And then I have Julio at 5. He's always going to be about 5 because Julio will never creep up too much and he'll never go down too far.
Yep.
But yeah, I have Michael Thomas at 6, so it's not that crazy. And really, the one that is everyone's going to be like, where's Odell?
Yeah.
He goes against Jacksonville. He fell to 8 for me. He's behind Keenan Allen.
He's 6 for me. I think Jalen Ramsey needs to not talk so much because Odell might shut him up.
Yeah, I'm more worried about Eli.
I still lowered him.
I worry more about Eli not being able to get it to him, not so much Odell.
I'm a little worried as a Odell Beckham owner myself. That is a tough matchup. Yeah, Jalen Ramsey's good.
Yeah, and they'll be keying on him.
Yep, and I'll say Beckham was my 6. I put Mike Evans 7 because I'm all about Mike Evans. I don't care if Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Ooh, wow, you really did. I have Evans at 15.
No, see, I'm all aboard Mike Evans train this year. I'm a fan. And let's see, what is Evans consensus wise? He's probably way down there. 12. Okay.
Oh wow, I'm even lower than everyone else.
And then round out my top 10 with Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen, and Stephon Diggs, number 10. So I keep him at number 10. That's where I had him preseason. I like Diggs. I don't know what San Francisco is, so I like Diggs.
Where do you have, I'm going to name 3 guys.
Yep.
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. He's 13.
All right, that's not that far off.
About preseason rank for me.
All right. Juju,
where did I put him? He is my number 19 wide receiver this week.
Okay. And then Chris Hogan.
Number 23.
Okay. And it just shows you too. I wonder about that because it's 3 guys, not so much Tyreek Hill, but he's just an interesting one. But Juju and Chris Hogan are definitely guys I like that me and Craig don't always see eye to eye on. And I have Juju and Chris Hogan 13 and 14.
Okay. Well, that's okay. With the market, Chris Hogan is 13th.
Wow. I never thought
Where
that.
Where did the Chris Hogan love come from?
Well, I thought it started with me, but obviously I'm way off.
It did at the beginning of the year.
I'm actually a hater at the moment by a spot. But that's funny. I mean, I'm glad that everyone caught up, but dang.
And Juju's 21st.
Wow, I am really loving Juju.
Hey. Okay, Brandon Cooks is ranked 20th consensus-wise this week. I just feel like I'm the Brandon Cooks guy. I have him 14. I love Brandon Cooks.
Yeah, I have 19.
I'm a big Brandon Cooks fan. So what about Larry Fitzgerald? This is standard scoring. But Larry Fitzgerald, he interests me right now with Sam Bradford.
He does. And it's early in the year. He's healthy. I know that he's going to have to get a heavy target share because you don't know who really the wide receiver 2 is. You're going to try to get the ball to David Johnson a lot. But I have him at 12, which is way higher than I originally thought. But he kept moving up because I just feel really, really safe with him.
I have him 15th. Consensus-wise, he's 10th.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. I thought I was going to, once again, I'm always blown away by this. Larry Fitzgerald, top 10 wide receiver.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I think he's going to be very safe, though. And this is standard. It's not even PPR we're talking here. It's very, very solid there. Amari Cooper is one that might have a tough matchup against the Rams, and we don't know how he's going to turn out this year. But I ranked him 18th. I'm a little higher than most. He's ranked 23rd consensus. I buy it a little more, but no one loves Oakland right now. It's the in thing to let's just mock John Gruden in Oakland and say John Gruden's lost it, which he might have. He might have just lost it. But Where'd you put Amari?
21.
Okay, yeah, not too far off.
It's one of those where you don't fully buy in, but you don't fully forget.
Right.
So I'm not sure.
So one that people are going to have probably a lot of questions on is Josh Gordon. We don't know what he is this week.
Yep.
And because of that, I did lower him. I put him at number 32 just because, I'm going to play it safe week 1. He has not had any work in preseason training camp. It's just a 1-week thing. I mean, he's good enough, though, where he doesn't really need much work. But it's just me. I would hold off on, maybe not hold off and use him if you could use him in situations. I'll wait. So I put him 32.
I get it. I mean, I have him at 25th, which I have a really difficult time with Josh Gordon on this week because he is so good. And if I really was putting him up against a Michael Crabtree, Emmanuel Sanders, I mean, those guys are coming after him anyway. But even the guy right before him, Allen Robinson, I have some real question marks about. And then Jarvis Landry, which obviously he could easily I think Jarvis is a safer target, but one long touchdown, Josh Gordon is relevant, right? So I have him at 25th, but it's kind of in no man's land for me.
Yeah, I know. It's
like, okay, so you have him outside the top 30. So, like, you wouldn't, like, there is like a legit chance you wouldn't start him if you had him on your team.
It's very possible, yeah. Definitely. And I'll say some of the guys right ahead of him, Marquise Goodwin, Robbie Anderson, Nelson Aguilar, Sammy Watkins.
Ooh, I actually like that. Where do you have, what is Aguilar?
29th.
29th. I really like that.
Yeah, I think there's no Alshon. So
yeah, I mean,
right?
He should move up boards. Yeah.
Right? Mike Wallace is on the Philadelphia Eagles. I think.
Oh boy.
But okay, one guy who I seem to love, and I don't know where this love came from, but it's building up and it's starting to show in my rankings. It's Jamison Crowder. I put him 24th.
Oh no.
See, the name I know. That was me last year. Here, Jamison Crowder, I'm like, ugh, terrible. Just boring. Don't like him. Get rid of him. I don't want him on my team. I love Jamison Crowder now. I just love it.
Not that I dislike him. I mean, I have 34th, which I think is probably pretty standard, I would assume, in rankings. But I don't know.
I like him. I like him.
I really don't know what that Washington offense is like. The passing game is going to look like.
Shoot, I might even move him to the 23 just so I can move him one spot ahead of Chris Hogan.
Just to upset
that
me.
Would be a good bet.
But here's my thing. Why? Just tell me on Crowder.
I just think Alex Smith feels like the perfect quarterback for Jamison Crowder. It just, it could really kill this whole idea is a healthy Jordan Reed. Then Jordan Reed becomes the perfect receiver for Alex Smith.
Yeah,
that's
very true.
Me. I just feel like Jamison Crowder, Alex Smith. I feel like there's going to be a connection there, and it's just perfect. I don't know. I feel it. This is a total gut feeling, I guess.
Okay.
I just think there's something there that it's going to. Jamison Crowder, I think, is better than people think. And I don't know. It's just, there's not who you're really throwing the ball to right now. I mean, who are you going to throw to? I think you go to Jamison Crowder. I'm not sold on Josh Doxson. Paul Richardson? I don't believe in Jordan Reed. So I think it's going to be Jamison. Going with it. Let me see if there's any others that are interesting me, because I hate when it gets down here. It's just a total crapshoot. I don't know what to think. So unless you got one, I'm done with wide receiver because it's just all over the board. We'll wrap it up with tight end real quick. Not a lot here for me because my rankings did not differ very much at all, I would say. Not a lot because tight end, it's not very deep anyway. So.
Well, the big question, there's going to be two guys, right? Because we don't actually think that these guys are going to stay healthy throughout the year. So where'd you end up with Eifert? Where'd you end up with Reed?
Eifert, where did I put him? Even though I like his matchup, I haven't seen anything from him yet at all. So he's 17th for me.
What?
Yes. I need to see him. I need to see him play. I need to see him play.
17? You got to be kidding me.
I'm not playing him until he actually does something.
Holy cow. I mean, he's playing, right?
Maybe.
I mean, am I wrong?
He's probably playing. He just hasn't. God. He has not done anything yet. So I am just going to wait. I need to see something before I decide to play the guy. And I haven't seen anything yet, so I don't want to play him.
All right. I mean, stand by your guns, but dang. Okay, how about Reed then? I assume that he is in the top 15 at least for you?
Reed is 10.
Okay.
Reed's 10th.
Okay, I went higher on these guys because they're healthy, and whenever they're healthy, they're very good. Man, yeah, I knew I was going to be high, but I couldn't believe you have Eifert at 17. I have Eifert at 9.
Okay, he's 12th in consensus right now. Yeah.
And then I have Reed at 6 because...
And Reed is 9th consensus.
As long as he's healthy, he would be one of my top picks, right? So until he gets hurt, he will be up there, but I still go with the guys that are tried and true above him. Gronk, Kelsey, Olsen, Ertz.
Yep.
Actually, did Ertz take a tumble in your rankings at all?
Nah.
Okay. I moved Olsen above him, but that was about it.
Yeah, I kept the same. I kept Gronk, Kelsey, Ertz, Olsen right there at the top 4. And just going to stick with it. And yeah, I don't believe Eifert. He's only one spot ahead of Eric Ebron. I put Ebron up there higher
at least
than most.
At least you did that.
I have Ebron 4 spots ahead of consensus. 4 spots ahead of consensus.
How do you sleep at night?
I don't very well when I think about Eric Ebron. That's for sure.
Where do you have O.J. Howard and Cameron Brate?
O.J. is 12th and Cameron Brate is 15th. I think it's O.J. Howard. I don't know why people keep thinking it could be Cameron Brate. At least in the ranks this week, O.J. Howard's 15th and Cameron Brate's 20th. So, you got O.J. Howard ahead. That's good, I guess.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're going to see some signs of O.J. Howard being really good. And Njoku, too. I came up with those guys to do really well this week. So
yeah, I have them hovering outside the top 10.
Yep.
But I'm just kind of waiting. Buying my time. It'll come for him.
I think that's going to do it for ranks. See how wrong we are.
Do you I know we already talked about this last week, but let's finish off. Do you have any streaming defenses just for the week?
Lions. I like them.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. Lions for sure. I don't know about Pittsburgh because don't know what Cleveland is. They could be good. Pittsburgh would be my other option, but definitely Detroit if you can get them. Detroit would be my play. So, and Carolina, if they're out there, is not a bad one against Dallas.
Yeah,
they're not as available as the Lions are. So, but Lions for sure. If they're out there, pick them up. And that's pretty much what I got. So
that'll do it.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll talk to you guys then.